is about sharing the blueprint, how to create generational wealth and passive income with real estate. We all know that real estate makes up 80% of wealth in the United States. However, African Americans, other minorities only make up 40% of home ownership compared to white Americans who make up 80% of home ownership. So why is that we have such a low number? 60% of us are without homes and only 4% of us have homes. Well, that comes due to predatory lending and practices of the banks, and also things like the FHA loans and reverse mortgages, where we end up paying back the banks and not leaving our children any inheritance, such as real estate, which actually gets passed down wealth. I know some people say, well, they don't buy houses or whatever like that because they feel like they can rent and then invest the rest of the money. But how many people actually do that, you know? So with real estate, when you buy real estate, what happens is your property could either appreciate or depreciate. When your property appreciates, you get what is called equity. Equity is the money, the value of your home versus how much you owe in your home, right? So that allows you to actually use that money if you wanted to invest, or even when you sell that property, you actually have asset cash flow. If you stay in the property for 2 years, 24 months, there is no capital gains. So whatever you sell that property for, you actually keep all that money without having paying taxes on it, right? So, well, not taxes, but no property gain tax. So anyways, I want to talk about real fast the blueprint of how I did it and so many other people did it. And that way you'll see and have in action a plan. So today I named this one the blueprint. So the first step, and we all know in the program that the first step is credit repair. You know, our program, we teach velocity banking, but the major step is credit repair. So credit repair is going to be, you know, removing derogatory remarks, any kind of old, you know, things on your credit, such as addresses, previous addresses, or social security numbers. Next is going to be your credit building. Now, credit building is very important because you can get this stuff done, remove your negative remarks and things like that, but you never actually start building credit, right? So credit building is going to be about, you know, getting new lines of credit, paying back those lines of credit, establishing solid banking payment history. Those are the type of things that go along with credit building, okay? It's very important that we think about credit building as a way of getting out and bringing back in, okay? So you want to put yourself out there to the banks and other lending institutions in order to bring back in higher lines of credit. You know, not loans or amortized loans. We're talking about lines of credit, things that are revolving. Okay, next one is going to be your banking relationship. So we know most people, and we spoke about this before, most people when we were younger, we would open up a bank account just to put our money in to pay our bills. But we never looked at the products and services that banks offer, right? And you all know my favorite bank and credit union, I should say. But we never looked at the products and services that they offer. So it's very important that we start looking at the products and services that the banks and credit unions are offering in order for us to start building solid banking relationships. And that's just basically velocity banking and paying back your bills on time, and also paying it off with your monthly cash flow. Okay, so next thing you want to do is try to build your credit. The shit goes with two, but you should need to build your line of credit to a minimum of 120,000. Okay. And there's a reason for that, because with 120,000, when you go to the next step, which is a pre-approval for an investment property, most times on investment properties, they want you to put down 25% of that property as a down payment. So all you have to do is liquidate that credit card, and our coaches will teach you how to liquidate your card to put down for the down payment. So out of all these all these 5 steps, what you just did was you leveraged your adult report card. You didn't use any money out of your bank account, right? All you did was use your money out of your line of credit to actually buy you a performing or cash flowing asset. Okay. So when you get your first cash flowing asset, it is very important that you learn how to pay back this so that you can start buying more and more and more, right? So again, it goes back to velocity banking. So I put over here, first thing you want to do when you get a cash flowing asset, you want to make the minimum payment, right? So you make the minimum payment on the asset, and you use your personal and your cash flowing asset, the money that you're bringing in from this property, to pay back to your line of credit first, your lock. So then once you pay back your line of credit, you borrow a certain percentage from that line of credit and drop it on principal only on that mortgage. You're still making the minimum payment, right? But you're dropping principal payments, large chunks of principal payments. So then again, you pay back you borrow from your line of credit, and you pay back your line of credit, and rinse and repeat until that property is paid off, right? And then we go back over here from, to step 4, 5, and 6 and buy another property. Basically a pre-approval, cash flowing asset. Make sure you have 120 minimum of available credit. By then, though, you should have way over 100. Some people are going to run around $250,000 in available credit by this time, because you're going to be asking for your credit line increases. They're seeing that you know how to pay your bills back, and banks are going to be looking to give you that banking relationship.